In this episode of XP3 Canada Educational Video Series, you will learn the functional aspects of XP3. The first function of XP3 is the deposit control detergents. The ability to keep the internal parts of your engine clean is critical to the optimum efficiency and operation of your engine. When the manufacturer of your engine created that specific machine, the air to fuel mix ratio was very specific. Over time, your internal parts of your engine will slowly get a carbon buildup. And that thin layer of carbon in that area does affect or make a negative impact on the air to fuel ratio into the compression chamber or ignition chamber. So it is very important to be able to keep your engine operating at original factory specification as much as possible when it comes to carbon, detergency, soot, and deposit. The second main function of XP3 is the ability to stabilize fuel for storage. Now, we've all had the debate and the discussion on bio content in diesel and ethanol in gasolines. So if an additive helps in keeping your fuel stable, its main function is the ability to manage water and moisture. Now, in a diesel fuel, the ASTM specification allows for 400 parts per million. But what happens when that fuel sits in your tank? Let's say you have equipment sitting in your yard and you're not using for 2 or 3 or 4 months, or you're storing equipment for off-season use. The air in that tank contains moisture, and the bio content in the diesel will absorb the moisture out of the air and increase that part per million in the fuel, risking your fuel to foul or go into phase separation. Now, when you add hot, cold cycles, either your equipment is going indoors in a garage during the winter and coming out, or in the summer, the tank is sitting outside and the sun's beating down on it. What happens to the moisture in the fuel is it evaporates on the insider lines of the tank, which then condensate and falls to the bottom of your fuel. So having water on the bottom of your tank is a recipe for a disaster because water and fuel don't mix. Water can create corrosion when it's exposed to metal, and also between the layer of water and diesel, you can have microscopic live organisms, sometimes referred to as sludge or microbacterial infestation, that will take over your entire tank and then has the potential to spread from machine to machine if that bulk tank is used for filling up your equipment. So the ability to manage water, moisture, and stabilize fuel is a critical component in XP3.